And hello again, howdy do. I'm trying, like I said in the other video, it's been a rough day, but I'm trying to come around here. Hey, this is, I'm finishing up what's left of this Big Money Vanilla Stout. I do like it. I had it with a slight chill, probably starting at about 40 degrees. Now I'm letting it warm a little bit. It's in my Murphy's glass here. I love this glass. It's a great stout glass. Anyway, this is what I have left, and I stopped to do another video because I thought this, with the flavors that this beer has, I thought it would be perfect to pair it, not a parrot, to pair it. Ooh. To pair it with some whiskey. So I've got my nice Jameson shot glass. There, you see that? Very nice. And I've got this Jameson whiskey. Jameson Select Preserve Single Distillery Black Barrel Irish Whiskey. It's a blended whiskey. That's all the info I have on it there. From what I understand, it's in the States. It's only sold in Illinois and New York. I don't know why. I know I'd never had it before or seen it, but I was passing through Illinois, so I picked up a bottle a while back. And here it is. As you can see, we drank a little bit of it, not a lot. Actually, I popped it for the first time at the private memorial after the memorial for Seamus, at the private memorial at my mom's house for the family. A few family friends and myself had just a little bit of this, so that's why it was open. But I haven't had a shot since then. This is the first time I've poured it since then. And to be honest, I don't have a real recollection of the flavor. But I was thinking, I remember it having some vanilla notes, and it's kind of why I wanted to pair it with this whiskey. I thought maybe a bourbon, but then I changed my mind, decided I wanted to try this, because bourbon, you got the smoky notes, so I thought that would work. But then I really wanted to try this again. I was in the mood. I'm drinking out of a shot glass, but I'm not doing it as a shot. I'm just kind of sipping here, which is usually how I like to drink my whiskey. Okay, back to whiskey, damn it. Slightly woody. Again, but I'm getting a lot of vanilla. It's good. It is typical of most Irish whiskeys, and what I mean by that is that it is incredibly smooth. It is very smooth, and that's why Irish whiskey is Irish whiskey. You know, Scotch has that big peaty, smoky flavor, while bourbon has those big, bold, woody char notes. But Irish whiskey is the smooth one. Canadian whiskey has the slightly spicier notes due to the rye. But again, Irish is typically the smoothest of all, so it's going to depend on what your taste buds are want, what whiskey is going to be best for you. I wish I could find this. It ran about $34 a bottle. Not crazy expensive, and it's very enjoyable and very easy to drink. Oh gosh, and it does pair very well with this vanilla stout. Now, I talked about tasting notes on the other one without going into a whole bunch of beer geek speak on you. I am getting more bigger notes as it warms a little bit, which is typical of a stout. I do start with a bigger chill than most like on a stout, because I do think you get other notes when it is chilled. You do get some notes when it warms up. I'm not denying that, but I do think there are some notes that you'll get if you start with it slightly chilled. Again, vanilla is the prominent note here, and you expect to get it on the finish, but I'm actually getting vanilla on the front end, and I'm getting slight coffee and chocolate on the back end. I expect it to be the other way around, but I'm getting my palate just gets washed over with vanilla, and then just a little bit of chocolate and vanilla. But it works well with this whiskey. I was going to say something, then I got sidetracked, and hold on, I'll get back to my point here in a second. That happens every time. Sometimes you ramble. Those that criticize me say that. It's, you just ramble on. I know I can't take this guy seriously. Because I don't take it as I love beer. I think it's a beautiful thing. I love whiskey. I think it's beautiful. But some folks take it really too seriously and go way too pretentious. And at the end of the day, it is beer. It is whiskey. It's supposed to be enjoyable. We're supposed to have fun with it. It's not supposed to be pretentious. So let it go, y'all. And as far as those that can't take me seriously, you're not supposed to take me seriously. I'm just having a beer, drinking some whiskey. What's to take seriously? I'll give you some facts. I'll tell you, and then I'll give you my opinion on it. But at the end of the day, I'm just having fun here. And if you're not having fun, you're doing something wrong. How about that? Anyways, I just digressed. Back to the whiskey. I do like to drink like this, meaning pair the beer and the whiskey. Some people don't. Some are either or. Will either drink whiskey or beer. And I don't do this all night long. I usually just do this for about a shot. Sometimes too. But for the most, but I do like some beers pair very well with whiskey. The Stout, for instance, pairs beautifully because I've got these wonderfully subtle vanilla notes with some slight oakiness with the whiskey. And then wash it down with the less subtle vanilla notes of this beautiful vanilla stout. This is one of my favorites, Big Muddy. I haven't had a lot from them, but this is a fine milk stout with vanilla. One of the best, in my opinion. It's very enjoyable. Again, it's going to depend on if you like those flavors. If you're a big fan of big vanilla, this is going to be a beer for you. If you're not a big fan of vanilla stouts, you're probably not going to dig it. It always drives me crazy when I see beer reviews of folks that bag on a beer for 10 minutes and then somewhere can let it slip that they're not crazy about the style or they're not usually like an ingredient in there. When I've done that, when I've had a beer that I know the style usually isn't my thing, I always say that up front. So so I'm trying to I want to try it, but I'm telling you right up front, this may not be for me. And a lot of folks don't do that. It drives me nuts. So I mean, if you're not a fan of vanilla, this beer you ain't gonna dig, brother. You just ain't gonna dig it. But I do dig it a lot. Oh, whew. Oh, wow. What a day. I'm trying to wind this down. Wow. Kind of tried to make this my ritual, the late evenings, sit and have a couple and do a couple videos to see if I can get through them. And I've been able to do that the last couple nights. I don't sit and keep drinking because that's not good. That's not good at all. But I find if I can do a couple, then I start to feel better. It does help to talk things out. Sometimes it helps just talking to, well, in this case, I'm just talking to my computer, and then I'm sharing it with you all. So, and that kind of helps a little bit. Wow. But I am running a little bit longer than I anticipated. So, this is incredibly smooth whiskey. This is a very nice vanilla stout. Yeah, you should try it if you ever have a chance to. I'm trying to finish it here for you, but my chugging days are over, to be honest with you. But yum. Show you the bottle one last time. Big Money Vanilla Stout. Jameson Select Reserve Black Barrel. Hey, this is a fine whiskey. I sure hope I can find it again. I really like it a lot. So you should give it a shot. Hey, I'm Time to Beer Whisper. Thanks for working with me, y'all. Really appreciate my friends that have stayed with me. I have no idea, but thanks a lot, y'all.